Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 8 of the chapter Basic Geometrical Ideas. In this part 8, we will be solving the questions of exercise 4.4 and we will be learning a new important concept called quadrilateral. Later, we will solve some questions of the exercise 4.5 on the knowledge of quadrilaterals. Coming to the question number 1 of the exercise 4.4. In this question number 1, we are asked to draw a rough sketch of a triangle ABC and mark a point P in its interior and a point Q in its exterior. So let us draw first. This is a line segment that I have drawn. Next, connecting it to the line segment I have drawn and connecting to that point of earlier drawn two line segments with a third line segment. With this, I got a rough sketch of triangle ABC, children. Here I have A, B and C. Now, in this triangle ABC, which is interior portion, we know that interior portion is this portion completely. Whatever I have here. Here, this interior portion inside, if I take any point such as P. Now let us take a point. Here I am taking a point P. Here I am taking a point P and naming it as here P, and exterior is outside of the triangle. Let me take somewhere here. This is point Q. So I have a rough sketch of triangle ABC drawn and point P taken interior of it and point Q taken exterior of it. Now further continuation of this question, is the point A in its exterior or in its interior? So what do you answer for it? Is the point A lying inside or outside? It is neither lying inside nor it is lying outside. It is lying on the boundary. So to this, what I will say as answer, point A is neither lying inside nor lying outside. So it is in general. So what I can say, therefore, point A is neither interior nor exterior point. It is on the triangle. It is on the boundary of a triangle. This is how I will write as an answer. This is my reason in general what I say, and this is how I will give an answer. Now coming to the next question number. Question number 2 contains already a triangle given. Now students, in this triangle, this is a triangle ABC in fact. In this triangle ABC, from the vertex A, they drew a line segment so that its endpoint lies on BC. Now this AD divides triangle ABC into two parts. Here this side one triangle is there, the other side is another triangle there. So we are asked, based on this figure, identify three triangles. So first triangle ABC we have, and apart from that, by drawing AD, I got triangle ABD and triangle ACD. So this side and that side, two triangles. Next, coming to the question number 2, sub question B, write the names of 7 angles. See children, in triangle ABC, as such I have got angle A. But instead of writing with a single letter, better we write with a 3-letter notation, because at at vertex A, we have got not one angle, we have got 2 more. So using angle 3-letter notation, I will say first I have got angle BAC, which means in triangle ABC this big angle, angle ABC, that means this angle in triangle ABC, and angle ACD, that means in triangle ABC this third angle. Now after drawing this AD, now I have got here one more angle formed, here another angle formed. So we can take them separately now. Angle ADB, angle ADC. Now, do I have any other angles? Yes. By drawing AD, I got at vertex A, angle BAD. So let me change the color and show you. I have got this angle ABC divided into two parts now. Angle BAD and this portion angle CAD. So total now I have got 7 angles in this triangle. Now coming to the question number 2, sub question C and D on the same figure, write the names of 6 line segments. It is easy to identify 6 line segments. In triangle ABC, I have got sides AB, BC and CA. Now by drawing AD, I got one more AD line segment, and BC divided into two parts, one being BD, another being DC. So total 6 line segments I have in this figure. Now coming to the sub question D, which two triangles have angle B as common? See, triangle ABC has got angle B. Along with that, triangle ABD also has got same angle B. So triangle ABC and triangle ABD have angle B in common. So with this, sub question D of the question number 2 from this exercise 4.4 is over. Along with that, this exercise 4.4 is also over, completed. Now we will go for a new concept called quadrilateral. Children, quadrilateral, you have already seen a polygon with 4 sides. So to define a quadrilateral, we will define like this. A quadrilateral is a 4-sided polygon. It has 4 sides, 4 angles and 2 diagonals. You will come to know later what is the meaning of a diagonal in this class. So hold on, you need not worry what is the diagonal meaning, but you know what are 4 sides here. Here AB is one side, BC second side, CD third one, DA fourth side. And you know angles, there are 4 angles. Angle at vertex A called angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Then like in the case of triangle, even quadrilateral also has 3 parts, that is interior part, exterior part and boundary. So quadrilateral also divides plane into 3 parts, that is interior portion, exterior portion and the boundary itself, that is quadrilateral itself. Now we write quadrilateral symbol instead of the word quadrilateral, like shown here, quadrilateral ABCD. And very important children, normally cyclical manner we write the vertices that they are there in the quadrilateral. Suppose if I want to say quadrilateral ABCD, I must use cyclically those vertices named. Here I got quadrilateral getting formed. In this quadrilateral, if I take A as given in quadrilateral, next letter should be B only, because in the name after A I have got B, and next to that C and next to that D. Now is it compulsory A should be taken here? No. A you can start from anywhere. So you can start from here and say A, B, C, D. Or from anywhere you can start from any vertex that naming of the letter A, but next to that should be B and next to that should be C and then to be D. This cyclical manner in which the vertices named should be considered. Then this quadrilateral ABCD has 4 sides, as I have already said, AB, BC, CD and DA, and it has got 4 angles, that is angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Now students, it is very important this first one, the quadrilateral PQRS. But what about this one? Is this is PQRS? Is This is PQRS? No. Why? Because in the name of this figure, if I want to say PQRS, Q should be next to P. But next to P, we don't have Q. Next to P, we have got S. So if you want to name, you can name it as PSQR. That is how you can name it. Or you can name it as RPSQ or QRPS, but not PQRS. Okay. Now, coming to the another, this quadrilateral ABCD, AB and BC. Here, AB and BC, which have got a common point, common endpoint. They are called a pair of adjacent sides. So, can you name other pairs? So, let us see. First one, AB and BC. Second, BC and CD, because there is an endpoint C in common. BC and CD. Third, since D is a common point, common endpoint, for CD and DA, they become another pair of adjacent sides. A being the common endpoint, the sides DA and AB become fourth pair of adjacent sides. So there are four pair of adjacent sides in a quadrilateral. Now, coming to the opposite sides of a quadrilateral. Whereas in a triangle, we don't have opposite sides, but in quadrilateral, we have got opposite sides. Side AB and side DC have no common endpoints, so they both are opposite sides. Do you have any other? Let us name them. AB and DC is one pair of a pair of opposite sides. Second, DA and CB, or I can say AD and BC is another pair of opposite sides. So therefore, we have got two pairs of opposite sides in a quadrilateral. Now, the same quadrilateral ABCD, angle A is opposite to angle C. Angle B opposite to angle D. So I have got two pairs of opposite angles. I have got two pairs of opposite angles. That is angle A and angle C. Angle B and angle D. Now we have another important word called adjacent angles. Angle A, angle B, one pair of adjacent angles. And similarly, angle B, angle C is one more pair of adjacent angles. Angle C and angle D is third more pair of adjacent angles, and angle D and angle A being last and fourth pair of adjacent angles. So totally I have got 4 pairs of adjacent angles and 2 pairs of opposite angles. See children, we have a quadrilateral elements. What are the elements and how many elements are there? Now let us see. Here I am drawing a quadrilateral ABCD. This is a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Now it has 4 sides. I have already seen that. That is AB, BC, CD and DA. It has got 4 angles. Which are the 4 angles also you know. Here I am going to show you those 4 angles. That is angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. Now, what is diagonal? Let me explain you. See children, if I join a pair of non-adjacent vertices, you know, vertex A is adjacent to B because they are on the same line segment. Vertex A is lying on the same side of AD along with the D. Therefore, A and D are a pair of adjacent vertices. But A and C not adjacent vertices. If I join them, that is a pair of non-adjacent vertices of a quadrilateral, if I join them, I'll get a diagonal. So this is the diagonal AC. Can I draw one more diagonal here? Yes. Another pair of non-adjacent vertices B and D, if I join, then I'll get another diagonal. So in a quadrilateral, I have 2 diagonals. Which are those 2 diagonals? AC and BD. Joining non-adjacent are in quadrilateral, specifically only in quadrilateral, opposite vertices. If I join opposite vertices in a quadrilateral, I'll get diagonals. How many diagonals are there? 2 diagonals. So these 4 sides, 4 angles and 2 diagonals put together 10 elements of a quadrilateral. So these 10 elements of a quadrilateral are going to decide shape of a quadrilateral and size of a quadrilateral. Based on the shape and sizes, we can classify the types of quadrilateral, which you will be learning later in your higher classes. So with this, I will wind up the quadrilaterals topic, but I'll get into the another important exercise 4.5. So in exercise 4.5, I have a first question. You are asked to draw a rough sketch, rough sketch of a quadrilateral PQRS and draw its diagonals, name them. I have already shown for ABCD, but let me do it for PQRS. Here I am drawing a sketch of quadrilateral PQRS. Now I have drawn diagonals. Now let me name them P, Q, R, S. Now after drawing, name them. Is meeting point of diagonals in the interior or exterior? Which is the meeting point also you know? This meeting point, it is interior in this quadrilateral. In this quadrilateral PQRS, the meeting point of the diagonals which are the diagonals here? Sorry, PR and QS is in interior. So this is the question number 1. Now coming to the question number 2. In this question number 2, I have got 2 sub-questions. Sub-question A, sub-question B. So we are asked to draw a rough sketch of a quadrilateral KLMN, and we are asked to state 2 pairs of opposite sides in it. Let me draw first rough sketch of quadrilateral KLMN. So I am naming it first KLMN. Now 2 pairs of opposite sides. In this KL opposite to NM, this is one pair. Another pair LM is opposite to KN. This is second pair. We are asked to write 2 pairs of opposite angles. Angle K opposite to angle M, angle L opposite to angle N. Then in the same figure, I'm taking same K, L, M, N. We are asked to write 2 pairs of adjacent sides. In fact, adjacent sides, 4 pairs will be there. KL, LM, LM, MN. We can take any 2 out of these N, L and sorry NL नहीं है, it is KL, LM, LM, MN, MN and NK. Fourth pair is NK and KL. So in this 4 any 2 you can write, and 2 pairs of adjacent angles. There are 4 pairs of adjacent angles again. You can write any 2. Angle K, angle L is 1 pair. Angle L and angle M is another pair. Angle M and angle N is third pair, and angle N and angle K is fourth pair. You can write any 2 of them. Now coming to the last question of this exercise 4.5, which is an open-ended type question. You are asked to do investigation. You need to prepare a triangle with the help of 3 strips, tying in the ends. Similarly, with the 4 strips, a quadrilateral. You need to do the activity of pushing inward at any one point of the triangle. Do the same if you push it. Will it change the shape? Will it have any effect on the strength of that triangle prepared? You need to do the same thing for the quadrilateral also, and you need to answer, is the triangle distorted or quadrilateral distorted? Which is rigid? Why triangle if it is rigid, if at all? And why structures in electric towers or in bridges are preferred to make out of the triangular shapes, not on using quadrilateral shapes? So this you need to work out. I'm giving it as a homework for you. Now coming to the next, we'll be learning circles and solving some questions on circles in our next session. So till then, take care of you, be healthy and be happy. Jai Hind. Thank you.